Kia ora and welcome to Extra Time. I'm Andy Burt and joined once again by Piri Weepu. Pausa, mate. 19 rounds and we're down to the final 8.
I know. Playoff rounds coming up, so it's been, I'll tell you what, the Super Rugby competition's been outstanding this whole season. Very entertaining rugby, and you know, looking forward to these playoff rounds. Oh, big ones too.
Huge games. And there's plenty that could happen on the weekend. And our quarterfinals are set, so we'll run through those. We've got Hurricanes v Chiefs on Friday night to kick it off.
That's going to be a good one.
It'll be a cracker. The Crusaders Sharks 1v8 at AMI Stadium in Christchurch on Saturday. Later on Saturday night we move to Sydney for Waratahs hosting the Highlanders. It's going to be a stunner as well. And then final game of the round is Lions v Jaguares in Johannesburg.
Jaguares, they're in there.
Jaguares,
They've made the cut.
They made it. First time in the playoffs.
I know.
And
after 3 years of being in the comp.
Heartbreak for the Rebels though.
Oh, they were so close. I've seen it. Was it? Must have been points differential.
Yeah.
They got the Jaguares in there. So.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But I mean, Jaguares. How good.
They're going to be great. They're going to be great in the finals. Can't wait to see them take on the Lions.
Exactly.
Could be an upset there.
I know the Lions haven't been functioning very well at the moment, so it'll be a good game to watch.
And running through this weekend's action, mate, so the Chiefs on Friday night, they needed to win by 23 points or more against the Hurricanes, and it looked like they were going to do it at one point, didn't they?
Well, you look at the start, how they started the game. I mean, they were up 21 points.
Yeah, and this Alamalo try, took it to 21.
How fortunate is that, you know, get a deflection like that from Geordie, and then the old netball pass.
Yeah, how do you explain that pass?
Oh, no, I don't know how you basketball, netball, you know.
Live I was wondering what is he doing, but when you see the replay, it's actually perfectly timed, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's actually hit the right person too, because the inside guy was going to get tackled by TJ. So it's a great sort of pass from him to read the perfect situation.
Yeah, great assist.
Alamalo, obviously a bit of pace.
And his 8th try of the season, Alamalo, so in great form. And look at the Canes, so they just needed points in the second half. They weren't really looking for the dub, were they? They just wanted to get within 23.
I think they got off to a bit of a slow start. You know, they weren't, I guess they weren't as prepared as the Chiefs to, you know, when the whistle started. So, you know, and it took them, they had to grind their way back into it, and that's exactly what they did. And Ben's been, you know, a great finisher, but obviously he shows
he can create as well.
Exactly, and using that fend and that pace to beat the defenders is awesome. So, well, I guess it was a tough one for them going there. And if you've seen the previous week when the Landers played the Chiefs in Fiji, and how quick that game started.
Chiefs, they get off to some pretty good starts, but it's continuing into the second half. It's going to be this weekend.
I guess for them, you know, they're pretty good at playing sort of wet weather rugby. As the Canes were a bit slow to adapt to the weather, but you know, they pulled it back within 3 points, and I think there might have been a few heart attacks over the week as watching.
Hurricanes fans, I was one of them watching that at 21-0, so glad they got up. Mate, and moving to the Blues Crusaders game. Now, Blues had a chance to finish their season on a high, and it's hard against a team like the Crusaders. But one great moment they did have was in the scrum. And actually, Ben Castle is going to be here today to talk through this one, so we'll do our best. Penalty try from a scrum, 5 metres out, and that's an All Black pack right there. They've just pushed back.
I guess the best thing in this situation is, you know, all 8 from the Blues actually pushing, instead of the 2 loosies sort of not pushing for the Crusaders. You know, having all 8 pushing at the same time in a scenario like that anyway is key. So, but yeah, I mean, that pack of the Crusaders is, you know, it's not easy to push them over like that, especially in the scrum, because they pride themselves in their scrum.
You don't see that often
in their set piece. No, so you know, for those boys to basically do the business there in that area there was quite good for them. Like you said, it's looking promising for their future next year.
That's something for them to take into next year, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. You know, a lot of people wouldn't even worry about things like that, but you know, if you look at how they processed that whole scenario was worked out in their favour, which was good, and exactly what you want when you've got a young pack, especially in the front row. Yeah,
and it's hard to contain a Crusaders team, particularly the form they're in. And mate, they ran away with it. And Gorge Bridge, hat-trick.
Almost 4.
Almost broke
that.
Down by a halfback.
Oh, he was probably tired running all these 3 tries of this hat-trick. But I mean, you know, he's a great finisher. He's been under the radar quite a bit this year, and he's just done really well in terms of opportunities and made the most of them. I mean, you can't fault him when he's getting over and getting like a hat-trick in a big game like that.
And he's scored 14 tries now, so we've got Gorge Bridge on 14, Ben Lamb and Naivoro from the Waratahs, all on 14. The record is 15. They're all in the playoffs. Will one of them break that record?
I definitely think someone's going to. You know, I mean, if you look at the talent, all those boys are basically great finishers, and they've got a lot of pace. So if you give them an opportunity, they'll make the most of it.
Okay, you heard it here first. Who's going to break that record? All-time Super Rugby, most tries of the season. Who will it be?
Geez, this is going to be a tough one. I'd like to say Lamb, but I reckon Bridges would.
Bridge, okay.
By the end, I reckon he will by the end of the season.
Mate, the final thing we're going to look at is another wing. Naholo had a stunning game against the Rebels, didn't he?
Yeah, Sake's been playing some outstanding footy, and look at the finish here. You know, got the pace.
Afterburners.
I think I used to run that quick when I was a kid. But I mean, you know, Lima obviously knew to feed the speed and gave it straight up to Sake, but he's done really well. He's shown a few subtle touches as well, you know, going up, catching the ball, and into hands, holding onto it, and still offloading it.
Yeah, Aussie rule style there, wasn't it?
And then this hit, oh geez, I watched this. I definitely thought it was a try, and then he comes up with a massive hit like that.
That's a clutch play on defence.
Oh, it is.
Absolute clutch.
Anyway, I reckon if you had a different player, you probably wouldn't be able to do that. But I mean, that was a hell of a hit.
Mate, he broke the heart.
Hell of a hit.
Rebels fans there, didn't he? That ended their
It was a hell of a hit, and then for someone to get over the ball straight away and force the penalty to close the game out, it was great to watch. And
that was a stunning game, probably the game of the round. So credit to the Rebels for a great season. A shame they're not in the playoffs, but looking good for them next year.
Well, they were looking really good at the start of the game. Like, you know, they were leading the game right up until probably about half time. I think it was just after half time. And I guess, you know, the boys just managed to grind it out and work hard off the ball and things like that, and then finish it with a great hit into a penalty turnover, and then finish the game. And break the hearts.
Break the hearts. Right? I'm sure with the playoffs, so there's going to be more hearts broken. That's the nature of it when you get into knockout plays. So make sure you tune in on Sky TV or get your tickets to be live and watch the action.